Hi all, so welcome to today's tutorial. Today we will see a new concept in which we will see how the line reflects. First we will see what the reflection is. So let me draw some lines for you. So let's imagine this is a plane and there is a ray which is coming from, from the top and it is making certain angle with the normal. So this is the line, right? Or you can right now you can just take this as a surface. If I will draw the line perpendicular to this, so this will be a normal, right? We have already covered this concept. So the ray which is coming from certain angle, the angle which is it is making with the normal, so the reflection which it will make, the reflected ray will make the same angle with the normal. So this is what we call reflection. So this is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray and this will be the normal. So we will so we have two variable here. One is this vector, this one, and another one is like the normal vector. So I would request like what can you guess some situation how we can calculate the reflected ray or the reflected vector if you have given some vector, the incident vector and the normal vector of the surface. Okay, I guess you have sorted something out. So let's see how we will do that. So let's imagine this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So if I am considering this vector, so we all know like vectors start from 0, 0. So when I will redraw this vector, so it will be like this, right? And let's imagine this vector is 50, 50. So can you, if I will redraw it, this figure, let me draw it here. So this vector will be like this. This will be the original vector, right? Because it will start from 0, 0. So what will be this vector? So first we will have to calculate the opposite vector. So this will be the opposite vector. How we can get the opposite vector? We just have to multiply it with minus sign and it will give you the opposite vector. Now you have this vector. We have the normal vector, that means this vector. So can you think of any method with which you can get the reflection? Yes. So one method is you can just rotate the opposite vector in the direction of the normal with the same angle which is it is making before. So what we will do, we will again rotate because we have already created those functionality. We will create we will rotate this opposite vector with 2 theta. Let's imagine when we will calculate this theta, then we will just rotate this with 2 theta. And how you will get this theta? Can you guess any method? We have already covered those concepts. Dot product, yes. So let's imagine if this is A, this is B, then we can calculate angle between two vectors. And we have already created this function, so we will use that. Okay, I hope you understand this concept. So let's dig in. So I will, so the resultant will be the m vector itself. So m vector get reflection vector const m vector and it will be the normal surface normal and it will be a const because we are not changing any class parameter or class member variable. Generate definition. So first we need to get the opposite vector when we were drawing this, right? So the vector was this, but we have to get the opposite vector, so we'll just multiply it with -1. This will give you the opposite vector. So const m vector opposite vector will be equals to this vector. So pointer this into -1. So it will change the current vector and it will give you the opposite vector. Next is and we will draw the opposite vector. So opposite vector, draw vector. So we will have the clear visualization of it, and we will have one more variable, get world. Okay, sorry, it will be world, 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 world. And this is the opposite vector, so it will give you the actual uh, figure. So what I will do, I will draw it with some other color, F color yellow. And let me see if we are using the draw color. Yes. Okay. Next thing is okay, with that function. Yes. So next point was to get the angle between the opposite vector which we have created and the normal. So we have both of the both vectors. So float, const float angle difference is equals to opposite vector dot get angle between vectors, and it will be surface normal. So it will give you the angle, right? Now we just have to rotate our opposite vector. So it was like this. So when we have calculated this angle, right? So if this is theta, I will rotate this to 2 theta. In this scenario, we have one issue which I want you to find out. So right now, let me rotate it. So const vector, and it will be reflection vector, and we will opposite vector dot rotate, and we will rotate it like with angle into 2, because we have to rotate it, we have to rotate it twice. So this is theta, so and it will be also theta, so it will be 2 theta. Perfect. Now there are two issues actually. So if you look carefully, if this line is depicting here, then it is all correct, like we are moving in the correct direction. But what if we have the same scenario, but now the line is, this is the opposite. Let's say this is the opposite vector. So actual vector will be like this. So the opposite vector will be, sorry, the actual vector will be like this, like pointing to the left hand side. So this will be the opposite vector, and this is the normal. So this will be theta, right? This will be theta. So when we will rotate it, it will rotate this in the clockwise direction, which will be an issue, right? Because now this time it has to move left. When we are calculating the angle, it is not considering the sign. We are just calculating the magnitude of the angle. So how we can, resolve the situation? Can you guess that? Okay, I hope you have got the solution. But what I'm thinking, I will just check. Let's imagine if I will check that this is the reflection angle, and I will check what is the difference between the normal and the new reflection. If it is equals to theta, then it is all good. If not, then we will rotate it in anti-clockwise direction. So let's imagine in this scenario, the reflection angle was this, the reflection vector was this. When we will calculate the angle will normal, it will be the same. This will be theta, so this is correct. But in this situation, it will move the reflection to theta at the clockwise. So when we will calculate the angle between the normal and the reflection, it will be 3 theta. In that case, it is not equal to the theta. So we will, again rotate the opposite vector to anti-clockwise into theta. I hope it makes sense, right? So what we will do, let's write that thing. So if, and when we talk about, float, they are quite dangerous to compare. So what I will do, I will have the round off value till a 2 digit after the dot. So float float round off value and int round off 2. So let's imagine if I do want to round off 2, 3, 4 or anything like that, but we can right now we can just take the default value, float value, the thing which I do want to round off. So it is for 2, right? So what I will do, const int uh, multiplied value is equals to value into 100 and return float multiplied value divided by 100. So what it will do, let's imagine you have 33.333 something like that. So first it will multiply by 100. So the value, because it is integer, it will store 3333. So it will be like 43. Now when we will divide it by 100, so it will be like 33.33. And all the behind threes will be discarded. So that is why. So now the round off value, and so it will be like, okay, we haven't calculated the angle between reflection vector and that vector. So const float angle difference between reflection and normal is equals to so the angle between, so reflection vector dot angle between vectors, and it will be the surface normal. We have already created this functionality, so we can easily use that. So we will just round off this. If it is equals to, we will again round off, and the previous difference was angle difference. So angle difference. If it is equal, then we will just return the reflection vector. And we will also draw the reflection vector dot draw vector, and in this world comma, so this is the starting point. I'm providing starting point because I do want to enter the color also, just to have some difference. So previously it was yellow, so it will be green. So we'll have okay, this is the incident and this is the uh, reflected ray. Else, give me a second, let me close. If it is not like that, then we will rotate it in the opposite direction. We have already defined this, so we don't need it. In the -2, and we will return the vector. Okay, and it will it will not be constant anymore because we are changing it. And we will draw it here. Okay. Perfect. So, okay, we haven't created the, okay, change the signature. Yes, next. And it is there. So go back to the game mode. I will remove the lines. We don't need them. So I will create one vector. So the scenario which I do want to create is the same, which we discussed. So I will have this vector which is pointing to right downward direction. It will be like x and y, and both are positive. So we will have x 500 500. So we all know what will be the result. So if we do want to point this vector, so it will be like m vector vector 1 is equals to comma 500 comma 0, and the reflection will be vector 1 dot get reflection vector, and this normal will be, so if you will look here, this will be the normal, and the value will be 0, x is 0, and it will be minus y comma 0. So in that case, I will take -1. So 0, comma, you can put any minus value because it is the upward. So it will be like 100 or anything, or 0, comma, get world. This should work fine. So let me compile. Okay, it is up. Let me switch to the top mode so you can visualize it better. Okay, this is perfect. So this was the incident, if I'm not wrong. The incident was this, so it will come like this. So, but we were drawing the opposite vector, so opposite vector is coming the opposite. So this is good, and it is rotating, 2 theta, which will be 90 degree because we know like it was the 45-degree angle. So it is all correct. But what if we will exchange them? So the scenario which we were discussing. So in that case, the vector will be on the left hand side. So it will be minus 500. Let's check if it will work fine or not. So again compile. Let me stop. Let's compile. Now they have switched. So this is the opposite vector. So this was the original vector. So let me draw the original vector also, so we'll have less confusion. So vector1 dot draw vector get world. Okay, compile, play. So this is the actual vector. Yellow is the opposite vector. When it is rotating in towards the normal, so this is the rotating vector. This the reflection vector. So this is perfectly fine. So I hope you got the concept of reflection ray, like how this thing work in game engine. So this was it for today. Do like and do subscribe, and also support me on Patreon. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.